The issue involved here was my repeated irresponsible behavior. I was unfaithful. I had affairs. I cheated. What I did is not acceptable, and I am the only person to blame. I stopped living by the core values that I was taught to believe in. I knew my actions were wrong, but I convinced myself that normal rules didn't apply.
Well, there you have it. Tiger Woods, the first time speaking since this whole thing happened, for 14 minutes this morning, speaking from a script, obviously, apologizing several times.
David Eichler is a public relations expert. You and I were just talking. You know, I understand that you're nervous. You get up there, you're speaking to millions of people. Have some notes. The script thing bugged me.
Yeah.
I mean, would you have advised Tiger, if he's your client, you don't need the script. It's better to just speak from the heart, have a couple notes there, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have split the speech in half, so it's short. He's got his main bullets in front of him. Maybe he jots down a couple key words at the bottom that he wants to make sure he says, but he has to tell his story much more efficiently.
What do you think he did right? What do you think he did wrong?
Well, right, he said all the key words. I was analyzing this yesterday, and what I said to my business partner was, let's see what he doesn't say. And he did fulfill on that. He did at least get out the key messages that he should have. That's about it for a positive for him.
We were talking during the break. One thing I think, and you bring up a good point. Now, from this point forward, your recommendation to Tiger would be seen with the kids, do some stuff with your foundation. You don't necessarily have to talk to the media, but allow them to photograph you in different key moments.
Exactly, and even though that is equally contrived from a PR standpoint, you lose either way. You don't do anything you look like you're avoiding. You do something that looks nice, it looks like you're trying to do something that looks nice. But I would tell him to just keep his head down, have a couple public appearances, don't make new friends at bars, and maybe he comes back next year.
You know how people are in this country. They're pretty good about forgiving and forgetting and moving on, because this isn't the first time we've seen this with a public person. But what do you think will happen in this case? Do you think that will happen?
Oh, by all means. Some people were speculating last night. He will come back bigger than ever. I mean, the number of opportunities to forgive, it makes America feel better. They drag somebody down, they then forgive them.
Unfortunately, the jokes will never leave him, even if he patches things up with his wife. I mean, yesterday the front of the New York paper said, lock up the waitresses, Tiger's out. I mean, everywhere she goes, she'll hear cracks about that.
He got unlucky from the moment the early news broke on Thanksgiving. The fact that his wife used a golf club to smash his car created a visual that everybody could imagine in their heads, and it added comedy into it.
This whole idea that he's going back to seek treatment, would you advise him? I've always felt that the problem is it's a single guy who shouldn't be married, but now he's saying he's got a problem that requires treatment and therapy. Do you buy that?
Well, immediately, the first couple weeks, my firm was saying, say you're going to treatment, because that is also a standard go-to for these situations. When that period passed, you know, we stopped thinking about it, and then he announced it because he still hadn't gotten public with an opinion. So at one point or another, he stopped listening to his lawyers and started listening to his PR people. But the fact that what happened today happened now and not 2 months ago is just pathetic.
Well, you want to know what folks are saying on Facebook this morning? I posed this question yesterday afternoon and got literally hundreds or more than 100 responses. So let's show you what some folks out there are saying. Tim is saying, please, he plays golf for a living. That's like being a nerd in the girls' locker room. What did anyone expect? And then Corey Bilowski wrote, the best golfer in the world, forgive and forget. I just want to see him golf again. And then Tanya Yono wrote, oh, come on, an apology 3 months later, he will apologize and, oh, no questions, LOL. How, please, whatever he says doesn't matter. And then Denise wrote, sorry, but golf is not golf without Tiger. I don't even care to watch unless he's playing. My feelings, yet he, without sin, cast the first stone.
That's a pretty common response. I mean, everybody's got something. But in terms of specifics, I do agree with him. He doesn't know me an explanation on how many women or where or what. Or I think he's smart to say, I won't go there. But should he keep talking at all?
Well, I have a very stringent philosophy on this. If somebody is an athlete, he's entitled to make money and have a life as an athlete. But the minute they start to endorse things, they've crossed a line into the public domain, and they're trying to get people to buy things because supposedly he uses it. So I think the rules do change a little bit. that says it all.
Well, we appreciate your comments this morning. It's a story that is not going to end here, that's for sure, but it's a start to it, at least, so thank you.
Sure. Thank you.